What if I told you that your family might already be owed a life-changing amount of money, and the government actually knows it, but you don't? Well, welcome to this explainer on reclaiming what rightfully belongs to you. Today, we are absolutely unlocking the mystery of lost wealth. We're going to show you exactly how to navigate Missouri's online systems so you can find and, more importantly, claim the assets that you, your parents, or even your grandparents might have just left behind. And look, this isn't just pocket change we're talking about here. The Missouri State's treasurer is currently holding a staggering $1.5 billion in unclaimed assets across literally millions of accounts. Now, Missouri's Unclaimed Property Office is actually uniquely aggressive in trying to give this money back, but statistically speaking, 1 in 10 Missourians still has unclaimed property just waiting for them. The average return is around $300, but for some families, these claims can amount to thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars in lost inheritance, uncashed wages, and forgotten investments.
Okay, let's dive into our treasure map for today. We'll be looking at 1. The billion-dollar mystery, 2. Missouri's lost and found, 3. Step-by-step claim process, 4. Claiming deceased relatives' estates, 5. Common pitfalls and FAQs, and 6. Claim your missing wealth.
Section 1. The billion-dollar mystery. So, you might be wondering, how exactly do everyday, responsible families just lose track of their wealth? Well, it rarely happens because people are careless. It happens because, life gets chaotic. People move, addresses change, or maybe a medical emergency causes some vital documents to be misplaced. But here is the really fascinating part. By law, businesses and financial institutions are required to hand over inactive funds to the state. The state holds your money in trust, sure, but while they hold it, they invest it. And get this, if your property wasn't an interest-bearing account to begin with, the state just keeps those investment earnings. They'll return your principal, absolutely, but the interest? That system quietly grows government revenue while quietly shrinking family wealth. That is a massive incentive for you to act quickly and put that capital back to work for your own family.
Section 2. Missouri's lost and found.
So let's look at exactly what kind of treasure we are hunting for in Missouri's reserves. Unclaimed property covers a huge array of financial assets. We are talking about dormant checking and savings accounts, uncashed payroll checks, uncollected insurance payouts, stocks, dividends, and even utility deposits. It also includes the physical contents of safe deposit boxes, so things like grandma's heirloom jewelry, historical keepsakes, and rare coins. But just to be super clear, this does not include physical real estate, houses, cars, or boats. It is strictly financial assets and safe deposit box contents. And this brilliantly illustrates the timelines involved. See, a business doesn't just immediately hand your money over to the state the second you forget about it. There's a legally mandated dormancy period, basically a set amount of time with absolutely no owner contact before that asset is officially considered abandoned. So for uncashed wages, it's 3 years. For most standard accounts, it's 5 years. Money orders, those sit for 7 years, and traveler's checks for a whopping 15 years before the state finally takes custody.
Section 3. Step-by-step claim process.
All right, now that we know what we're actually looking for, let's get into the actionable part of this explainer. The Missouri State Treasurer has set up an entirely digital system to help you find and claim your property. And here is your step-by-step process. Step 1. Go to showmemoney.com. Now, you definitely want to search your current name, but please don't stop there. Search maiden names, business names, and even common misspellings. Step 2 is verification. The state requires dual verification to prevent fraud, which totally makes sense. You'll need a government ID and proof of your social security number, plus some documentation linking you to the old address associated with the asset, something like an old utility bill or a tax document. Step 3, you just complete the online claim form right there on the portal. Actually, over 50% of individuals can file completely paperless, which is fantastic. And finally, step 4, use your claim ID and your zip code on the website to track your status. Just a heads up, the state has a 90-day window to make a formal determination on your claim. Just to prove that this system really does work, take a look at this figure. In fiscal year 2023, the Missouri State Treasurer returned a record-breaking $51.8 million to rightful owners. And what's even more incredible is that through a partnership with the Department of Social Services, almost $4 million of unclaimed property was automatically matched and returned to families for past due child support. I mean, we're talking about real success stories here. Families discovering a forgotten life insurance policy that literally allowed them to pay off their entire mortgage, or maybe discovering a grandparent's uncashed bonds. This money is very real and it is actively being paid out.
Section 4. Claiming deceased relatives' estates. Now let's move on to a slightly more complex but honestly incredibly common scenario. What happens when the original owner has passed away and you're trying to rescue wealth left behind by your parents or grandparents? Well, when claiming for a deceased relative, the right to the asset legally shifts to the heirs. Naturally, the state demands some foundational paperwork to prove both your identity and your relationship to the deceased. So you're going to need a copy of the official death certificate, your own government ID and social security number, and, just like a standard individual claim, some kind of proof connecting the deceased person to the historical address that's listed on the account. The exact legal documents you need really depend on how the estate was handled. So if the estate went through formal probate court, you've got to provide certified copies of letters testamentary or letters of administration from the court. That just proves you're the legally appointed executor. But if the estate was unprobated, meaning it never formally went through the court system, and trust me, that happens a lot, you'll be required to fill out the state treasurer's office table of heirship affidavit. Think of this as a genealogical map. It legally details the surviving family structure under penalty of perjury.
Section 5. Common pitfalls and FAQs. As you navigate all of this, you are definitely going to have some questions, and there are a few common traps that beginners tend to fall into. So let's pivot to debunking some myths and answering the most frequent questions we see. And this one is perhaps the most pressing question on anyone's mind when they're dealing with the government. Does it cost money to claim my property? Are there hidden fees? Is this whole thing a scam?
Well, the answer is a definitive, absolute no. Claims processing is a public service provided by the Missouri State Treasurer at absolutely zero cost to you. Now, you should know there are registered third-party businesses out there known as heir finders who might try to contact you. State law actually allows them to take up to a 10 to 20% cut of your money depending on how much time has passed. But listen to me, avoid them. Never, ever pay someone to help you get your own free money. You can do this entire thing yourself, completely for free, at showmemoney.com. Another massive source of anxiety for families is the clock. People always ask, is there a time limit to file a claim? Did I miss my window of opportunity to get this money back? So the absolutely crucial point here is this. There is no time limit. None whatsoever. The state holds the money in trust literally forever. Now, if the property was a physical item in a safe deposit box, the state will eventually have to auction it off, usually after a few years of trying to search for the owner. But even then, the proceeds from that auction are credited to your name and held forever. You can always claim the cash equivalent of those auction items, no matter how much time has passed. Okay, here are a few of the biggest pitfalls to avoid. First, like we mentioned, don't just search your current first and last name. Search everything, maiden names, past businesses, even just your initials. Second, and this is a big one, never store your only original will in a bank safe deposit box. If you pass away, the bank cannot legally open it for your family without a court order. And if that box falls into dormancy, the state might drill it open and auction the contents before your family even realizes it's missing. Always store your will in a fireproof home safe or with an attorney. And finally, as we just discussed, please do not pay unnecessary locator fees. Section 6. Claim your missing wealth. All right, we've covered the what, the why, and the how. Now it's time to turn all of this information into action. I want you to look at this quote from our sources. You are not asking for a handout. You are reclaiming what belongs to you. You are repairing the cracks where wealth has been lost. Guys, this is your family's legacy. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative thought. Are you ready to make checking for unclaimed property a routine part of your yearly financial health check? Take 5 minutes today. Go search your name, search your parents' names, and take back what is rightfully yours. Just a quick note to wrap up, this information is accurate to the best of our knowledge at the time of publication. You should always check current state policies for any updates and consult with legal or financial professionals for your specific individual case. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer today, and hey, happy hunting for your missing wealth.